Yo, 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 welcome back to the most consistently inconsistent YouTube channel on the entire internet. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I could update you on this TA, but man, that I'm posting this on Twitter. That was the best intro that I've ever done. No doubt. Hey, my whole household has been sick since like Thursday of last week. Started with the kids, always does. Transitioned to me, now my fiance. So if I sound like dog turds, that's the reason. And I apologize for that. I'm probably 10 times more nasally than I normally am. And yeah, I'm already crazy nasally. So, all right, guys, let's talk about the chart. Let's talk about what Dave's seeing. All right. So we're looking at SPY. All right. This is what I think. Short term. I'll get right to it. What do you know? Because everybody wants to know. What do I think is going to happen tomorrow, man? As of right now, I swung calls going into tomorrow. I do see short-term upside because this uptrend has held strong for us. And as I discussed in the video last week, I'm pretty much sticking to the plan of we're most likely going to just consolidate in this range until Powell speaks again. I think he speaks on the 13th, 14th, 12th. I don't know. One of those times. All right. I'm expecting continued consolidation. So I actually think that you are going to be in a relative uptrend until you get a retest of this this macro bear trend that we've been following the entire year. Pretty simple. I mean, if it just kind of sputters sideways up the uptrend, I'll change my mind. Ugh. I sound like garbage, dude. I'll change my mind on this whenever the uptrend is broken. And you can see that the uptrend is actually different on lower time frames because if you include the aftermarket hours, and you'll probably see this on futures as well, if you include the aftermarket hours, it kind of adjusts it and it leaves you a little bit more room to the downside here. So before I go like ultra bearish, I would make sure that you have both broken, right? So you've broken, if you break this, the daily, that includes just the intraday trading session. If you break this, I wouldn't go like super gung ho bear until you break the one maybe on a lower time frame, like the hourly version. Does that make sense? Because that does seem like kind of a trap that maybe a composite man would stick in there. And then from there, I would pretty much expect to find support there. And then maybe, have this sort of motion here or whatever, pop right back up, whatever. But generally speaking, I'm expecting you to stay between the 400 to 410 zone. If you do break here, then I would be expecting it to expand to 395 to like 410-ish until Powell speaks. What I want to talk about is so if you've been following the channel, you've heard me say multiple times that I do like the general structure of the market here going into this test of this trend line more than I have on previous tests, right? And I knew that we were going to see some resistance at the macro downtrend. Look at that smiley face. He's like a sideways smirk. He's not going to like what I have to say about this. So we've been bullish, man. I mean, if you've been following the channel, we've been bullish. Every time that we come down to this uptrend, we're like, yeah, it's the back of the uptrend, Oh, you're way up here. You're overextended, trying to break the midline. You got back over here. You got a reaccumulation. You pop up over. You retest. I was like, dude, we're bullish. I mean, we're claiming the midline. We're respecting the uptrend. We're going to continue uptrending, and we continue to do that. You had a breakout of this fucking thing here in pre-market. which we were long on because we were just testing this uptrend. This was when we were paying attention to the '08 fractal. And I was like, look, man, like, the technicals say that I should go long here. And if I lose it all because we do '08 fractal, then whatever. But we didn't, right? So we are sticking to the script. Why would we change? Why would we expect this uptrend to be broken until it's broken? We shouldn't. That's not a good probability play. What is a good probability play, however, is what's developing here on a more macro time frame, right? I'm not sure if I've talked about this rising wedge yet on the channel. Let me go to the daily. But we are certainly forming a relatively weak structure here. Okay, guys? Like, this is starting to look... you just keep on getting... You keep having these rolling down weaker and weaker moves to the upside. You also have this really nasty, like just this nasty distributive look up here where you're just hanging out at relative highs. I mean, if you were to draw a midline through here, right? Like, you're just spending so much more time up than you are down. And generally speaking, what we say on the channel is that gives a feeling that, somebody's trying to sell you something, right? And I think that what we're setting up for here, guys, is I don't think that what Powell is going to have to say for this meeting next week, I don't think it's going to be good. I am not saying that. Hold on, I got a little bit of congestion. Not going to the gym, by the way, but I am still bulking, so I got to get my Hulk in. You know what I'm saying? Get these calories while I can before the world ends. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's going to be good, guys. I think that you are distributing up here. And I think that, again, you're gonna kind of consolidate here, and I think you do ultimately break down. If you continue up, then, if you break this downtrend, I'm not going to be in puts. No. Why would I be in puts up here? No, what? No. Maybe when it gets up here. I'm not going to be in puts when it breaks over this downtrend. That's dumb. If it breaks back down, sure. Oh no, look, it broke. It broke back down, I'll be in puts again. Broke back up, I'll be in calls. Broke back down, you get what I'm saying? There will be a bigger move, but I'm not going to sit here and try and predict it. Positionally, at least. Anyway, sorry. Little rant there. But if Powell says something bad, like... This is bad, like, to the point of, like, I think that what he's going to say is something to the tune of, things are worse than we were expecting. We are going to have to continue tightening throughout 2023. And essentially, he's going to call for a recession. That's what I think is... I think that we're at that stage. And I could be wrong. And again, I'm willing to be wrong. He can, dude, if it's over this downtrend, I'm bullish until it breaks down out of this wedge, and then maybe we retest, and then I'm probably bullish again. But I'm expecting not good things from Powell. And I think that what would happen next, I'm really sorry about the congestion, guys. But it has been a while since I updated, and I'm really feeling bearish. And so I think that, like, it's possible that, like, whatever he says on the 14th, over the course of the next week, you could seriously you could do that. Which sounds and looks insane. And obviously, it won't be like a purely straight line on shorter time frames. It'll be more choppy. But I just don't really. I'm not seeing what I need to see from a price structure standpoint, and it almost feels like with the environment, the relative bullishness of the public that I'm seeing, um, the confidence that bulls seem to have at this stage, um, I think that the greed is too high, and somebody has been buying big, causing these pumps, um, for this moment, to go short, to average in the shorts here. That's what I think has been going on. So, I don't mean to be like a sad boy or whatever. We could probably do an inverse 707 on this move here to try and figure out a little bit better what like maybe that top is. That top, huh? That's a weird thing to say, Dave. Yeah. So, I mean, probably in the short term, honestly, you could go higher, but like to this 408 ish to test this trend line here. You break back down or something, and then maybe like you see a little saucy. Yeah, I don't know. It's 407.50. But look, man. At the end of the day, same thing that I've been saying. I've been trying to reiterate this over and over again. We're not here. I'm not trying to predict the future. That's not what I'm trying to do, okay? But what I am doing is I'm looking at a chart and I'm using it as tea leaves that the institutions use to tell a story, if you will. And right now, this structure is not what we needed to see. What we needed to see was probably a healthy move through here, which is actually what we were calling for. Remember, a nice little like reaccumulative sort of motion come through here, build up along this trend line. Sure, come back up, fail, but then rebuild up again. But you can see everything is the opposite. It's just hanging so high here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, find other people that you trust and you like to watch or listen to or follow on Twitter or whatever, and come to your own conclusions. But this is my take. And as of right now, this is how I'm seeing it. And like I said, I'm willing to be wrong and I'm willing to have my mind changed. And I'm not going to put myself in a position where if things don't play out like this, I'm not going to be able to feed my family or anything like that. So please be responsible. But I really am having a tough time seeing it another way at this stage. And again, like I said, if we break through here, right, maybe this is where that accumulative move that I want occurs, right? And we just kind of fumble along here. That would look really good to me going into this meeting. And then Powell can send us up like this. Even then, though, this would like look kind of bad, honestly. But, because this thing is just so archy, man. It's so like just, oh, yeah, everything's so bullish. I don't, it's not how I would have wanted to see it play out if I wanted to be bullish. I don't really care which way the market goes personally. I know that it affects a lot of people, when these sorts of events happen. And I'm not saying that this move would even be the bottom at that stage. That sort of flush and momentum can really cause some pretty crazy stuff to happen. Like extreme volatility and continuing to rush down, perhaps to test the midline, which is going to be really low by the time you have the chance to get to it. And still on this macro COVID move, you still are only at the you've only tested the log 382 Fibonacci level, which isn't really that steep of a retracement. And so that sort of makes this move look more redistributive in nature, and that you could push to lower 300s eventually, in my opinion. Like I said, you break the downtrend, changes everything. Break and hold it, changes everything. But, yeah, I don't like the setup going into this trend line test. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I know I sound a little sad or whatever. But put it this way, like it correlates with other things, right? Like Tesla. Tesla is like just this giant. Ew. Why is it on not on log? That was disgusting. How do people chart like standard like linear charts? That's insane. Sorry if you chart with linear, but I don't get it. But yeah, Tesla is just this rocket ship that's just sitting on a cliff now. Like it's just like literally any day now could I mean, you know, it could pop up like this or something or even go higher or whatever, but it just looks so unhealthy. Like it wants to die. So and I mean, Tesla is a big part of the market. I don't know. I haven't looked at Apple's chart in a while. Let's take a look. See if Apple can change my mind. Maybe. I know I see a lot of people complaining about Apple and saying that it looks pretty bearish. Well, at least I used to see that a lot, and now everybody's everybody's bullish on my Twitter all of a sudden. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look very good. It looks like you have probably a ton of liquidity. I bet that's a Fibonacci level. Oh, what do you know? It's the 6.5. Yeah. I'm not bullish. Uh, I'm not bullish at this point going into this meeting. So maybe my mind will be changed, like I said. But this looks not good. Also, Doge. I've been playing Doge to the short side. Been averaging into Doge shorts in this region, basically. So in this sort of range that you see, this teal line. I think that Doge is almost certainly going to be at like 6-ish cents by the new year because of the correlation of the. So first of all, you have that horizontal red line right there is for this trading range, the point of control, which is just the highest trading volume section, which is normally a good magnet for price action. Actually, just looks like you're filling out liquidity here between 9 and 11.5 cents. I haven't looked at VRVP or VPVR, whatever. But yeah, so I'm thinking that Doge is going to be at 6 cents by that time because you have so much correlation with these key trends, this uptrend, this like bottom trend that you had as support before. You haven't even retested this since you broke it, which is probably a point in my favor if I had to guess. And then this the macro downtrend, and they're not perfect because I guess different time frames or something, but you generally get the idea. Again, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. If Doge doesn't hold at 6 cents, and this kind of goes into it further, like I'm expecting Bitcoin to eventually get down below 10,000. I think Doge is like going to go to 1 cent. Like it's got a pretty good likelihood actually, because this whole move now could be distribution, and your next volume shelf is way down here at 1 cent. If you look here. So yeah, I was bullish this whole entire rally. I was, there were days where I'd call for pullbacks, but I was bullish this whole entire rally from this accumulative range when we were saying, look, this looks accumulative to me. It looks like it's going to reverse. You can go back, look at YouTube, Twitter. But now we're at the fucking. Oh, sorry for the cursing. We're at the downtrend. We have a rising wedge, and so I am bearish until we break that downtrend, and it's as simple as that. So, I think that the opportunity here is short, and I am willing to be wrong, and I could be wrong. But I don't personally think that I am. So,
take that for what it's worth. Not financial advice. Don't be irresponsible. Don't be an idiot. Yeah, until next time, buy a couple cases of water next time you go to the grocery store. I don't mean to sound so fucking sinister. Oh, that was a weird time for my voice to give out like that. I sounded like, yo, this is like it's like one of those it's like like when the politicians they like make them look like lizards or something for a second or something in those videos. It's like when it creeps out a little bit, like you see the real them or something for a second. That's what happened there. It's so sinister. But yeah, so anyway, again, dude, willing to be wrong. If I'm wrong, cool. I'll play calls. I'm down. I got calls right now. I don't have any puts yet. I'm probably gonna tomorrow though. But if it goes over the downtrend, dude, I'm down. Let's go, baby. Bull rally. Jerome Powell comes out and says, "Look, we're never gonna tighten again. We're never gonna raise interest rates again. Send it to the moon. I'll jump. I'll be the first one on the ship. But you gotta break the downtrend first, and you gotta get out of this rising wedge, and you gotta make new highs after. Then I'll be on the ship." All right. Hey, have a good day. Hug your loved ones. Kiss them on the forehead. All right, I got to go do some work, so talk to you later. Bye.